All right, so we're diving into one of those stories that you sent this to me from
Yeah.
the Ex Phoenix Facebook page, and wow,
Mhm.
it really hits you in the gut. It's heavy stuff.
It is.
We're talking faith resilience,
Yeah.
like what happens when belief meets a real life or death situation.
Right.
So are we ready to kind of unpack this one?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a story that is so emotionally compelling, but I think
Okay.
there are also some interesting kind of psychological and sociological layers here.
Okay, so just in case somebody hasn't seen this post,
Yeah.
it's about this mother, and basically her worst nightmare comes true.
Oh, yeah.
Her 1-year-old son starts bleeding from the mouth. He's having trouble breathing.
Oh, wow.
She's rushing into the hospital. It's just chaos.
Mm.
And the emergency room scene, you can just feel it reading her words.
Right, right. You can just feel that like visceral terror and despair.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so impactful that she's just so raw with her emotions.
Yeah, and she talks about collapsing in the ward, like
Mhm.
begging for a miracle,
Mhm.
refusing to accept that he's actually gone.
Right. It's like that primal instinct of a parent, to protect their child at all costs.
And then when all hope seems lost,
Yeah.
there's this total shift.
Yeah.
Baby moves a little. The doctor jumps in, gets him back on oxygen, and he recovers.
It's like going from 0 to 60,
Yeah,
like a whiplash.
total whiplash. Like
Yeah.
ultimate despair to just relief and joy.
And she frames it as this miracle and an answer to her prayers,
Right.
which I think brings up the whole, intersection between faith and perception,
Oh, yeah.
especially in moments of extreme stress.
Well, think about it. You're in this hospital room. Your child you think is gone, and then suddenly everything changes.
Right.
Could her emotions, like that desperate hope,
Mhm.
have actually changed how she saw things?
Well, it's definitely something to think about. And, there's research on how our brains work under pressure.
Yeah.
And when you're super stressed, your cognitive functions can be affected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you might zero in on some things, but miss others.
Huh?
Like your brain is trying to make sense of the chaos and just grabbing onto any little bit of hope.
Right, that's like tunnel vision.
Exactly.
And we can't know for sure what the medical situation was really like.
Hmm.
But this story really makes you think about faith and hope and how those things mix with our experiences,
Definitely.
especially during a crisis like that.
And it's interesting how the post ends with her saying, thank Jesus and follow Ex Phoenix.
Right.
It kind of shows how people use social media now to share these really personal stories,
Yeah.
looking for support and connecting with others who feel the same way.
It's like a modern day testimonial almost,
Yeah,
sharing something that reinforces her belief and encouraging others to believe too.
exactly. It creates that sense of community
Right.
and shared experience.
Even if it's all happening through a screen.
Exactly.
So we have this story of a mother's incredible resilience,
Mm.
the power of belief, and maybe even something we can't explain. But it also makes you think about how social media shapes these narratives
Yeah,
and how we each process them.
absolutely. And I think it leaves us with a question like, what role does faith or even just hope play in our own lives?
Yeah.
How do we handle those times when logic and belief seem to clash?
That's a powerful thought to take away.
It is.
And it makes you realize even when things seem impossible,
Yeah.
there can be these unexpected turns.
Mm,
And maybe, just maybe, a tiny bit of hope can make all the difference.
it really can.